Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the latest Lower Decks episode called Empathological Fallacies. That's after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and this episode is interesting in that due to a situation that happens, virtually all the crew becomes a lot more emotional, a lot more demonstrative, and it is at the time when 3 Betazoid ambassadors are on board. Now, it becomes a big party atmosphere, and it leads to quite a bit of disgust by T'Lyn, the Vulcan exchange officer. And also, we have a situation where the ship could become in danger. In a B story, Boimler is trying to remember everybody's name on the ship because he's a Lieutenant JG and he needs to know everything in his mind. And Rutherford says, you need to stop punishing yourself. And the chief of security and Boimler have been friends before, and so he calls upon him, and they go into a training session. And it is not what Boimler expects. And by the time it gets explained, the end of the episode makes perfect sense, interestingly. And it adds a different dimension to security than we've ever seen aboard a starship before, but it makes perfect sense. Now, there are a lot of jokes here, a lot of Betazoid jokes, and a lot of things reminiscent of Loxana Troy, indicating that a lot of Betazoid women are about the same as each other. That is part of that. We have some trivia in the security training with Boimler, and we have also a few little interesting things with the doctor. The doctor, being a Cation, they reveal considers Betazoid a delicacy, although she's promised not to eat anything that's not artificial. So that's kind of a joking thing there. They also show her being more of a cat, where she's tearing up the carpet at one point, and that is also part of the whole thing of the ship. Now, it was near the end of the episode when they pull a twist on what's causing this, and it leads to some embarrassment here and there. And how it works out between Boimler and with the help of Mariner shows just how different kinds of concerns can blow up. So it's an interesting episode, and it's funny, and it's touching in places, and it also gives another clue of this ship that's been going along and destroying ships. And there was no ship destroyed in this episode, but we're starting to see what's going on. The Betazoid people did have some information on this ship, some very sketchy information, which is passed on to the captain. So we'll find out more about this in the next episode or two, I imagine. Anyway, a good episode, one worth watching. And while we don't focus too much, really, on the lower deckers this time. I mean, Mariner is there and Boimler is there, but we see once again a lot more participation by the bridge crew. Now, the very short treks I have not been very fond of, honestly, and I really wasn't in the mood to watch this one. But interestingly, while it had its jokes, it was at least interesting. It wasn't gross. It wasn't unnecessarily stupid. It played upon a holodeck kind of thing where one action scene happens in a holodeck. It's frozen, and the people that are watching it then are frozen, being watched by somebody else in another holodeck, and it goes into a chain like that. And so while I'm not saying that it was really that good, I have to say that I would not say don't watch it. If there's one of this very short Trek series that's at least worth a look, it's interesting because they use different animation styles within it, and that kind of works out. So there's what we think about that, and we hope that you have a good weekend of it. If you haven't seen Babylon 5 already, it's out today as well. And of course, by Tuesday, we'll have another Deep Space Nine. Wednesday, we'll have another TOS. So we hope that you'll stay tuned to this channel. And until then, don't go far.